So today we're going to talk about something really special. It's the story of 5 visionary women who, when they were shut out of the world of American dance, didn't just ask for a seat at the table. Nope, they built a whole new one, brick by brilliant brick.
You know, it's a question that artists of color have had to ask for centuries. When the stages are closed to you, when the studios won't let you in the door, when the stories being told on stage have nothing to do with your own, what do you do?
Well, their answer was powerful. You don't just protest, you create. You literally build an entirely new world, but this time on your own terms.
Okay, so to really get just how big of a deal this was, we've got to take a step back and look at the world they were up against. We're talking about an American dance landscape where the doors were systematically shut for Black artists.
And believe me, the challenges were huge. This wasn't just about a couple of people with bad attitudes. We're talking about a system that was built to keep them out. I mean, take Jeraldyne Blunden. The whole reason she even thought of starting a dance school was because the studios in Dayton were segregated. They just flat out wouldn't let African-American kids in. It was a world that was basically trying to erase them, with almost zero opportunity for them to succeed.
So what happens when you face a wall like that? Well, 5 incredible women working on their own, but totally in the same spirit, they rose to the challenge. They basically said, fine, if a world for us doesn't exist, we're going to build it ourselves.
All right, so let's meet them, the fabulous 5. We've got Jeraldyne Blunden in Dayton, Ohio, Joan Myers Brown over in Philadelphia, Cleo Parker Robinson in Denver, Ann Williams holding it down in Dallas, and Lula Washington in Los Angeles. Each one of them founded a company that wasn't just the local gem. It became a cultural powerhouse on a national level.
But here's the thing, and this is what made their work so revolutionary. They weren't just starting dance troupes to put on shows. No, they were building something way, way bigger. They were creating these multifaceted cultural institutions designed to do it all: train, create, perform, and really serve their communities from the ground up. And even though they were in different cities, you can see this powerful shared vision that connected every single one of them. See, this was never just about the performance. It was about creating these safe, inclusive spaces where people could thrive. It was about championing Black choreographers, preserving a history that was being ignored, and using the one thing everyone understands, dance, to fight for social justice. And you can see this mission of preservation written right into their DNA. Look at this. In 1970, Joan Myers Brown's company, Philadanco, was all about preserving African-American traditions. Then, just 6 years later, you have Ann Williams' Dallas Black Dance Theater, founded to be a powerful force of cultural preservation. It's amazing, right? In a world that was constantly trying to erase their history, they were using dance to say, we will remember and we will celebrate. And you know who noticed? The big names. I mean, when a legend like Alvin Ailey calls your company a vibrant and creative force, you know you're not just doing something right. You're doing something profound. That quote right there tells you everything you need to know about the level of artistic excellence Joan Myers Brown was bringing from day one. And this model, which you can see perfectly in Cleo Parker Robinson dance, it just shows the genius of how they set things up. It's not just a company, it's a whole ecosystem. You've got the professional ensemble, right? They're the ones out there inspiring everyone. Then the academy is there to train the next generation. The outreach programs bring the whole community into the fold. And the theater, well, that's the home where it all happens. It's this incredible, self-sustaining model for making a real cultural impact. And at the very heart of all this, it was all about storytelling. You look at both Jeraldyne Blunden's company in Dayton and Lula Washington's in LA, and you see they put the African-American experience front and center. They weren't trying to squeeze into somebody else's story. They were busy creating and celebrating their own.
And that unique voice, that authenticity, it got major national attention. The New York Times called Lula Washington a gifted original. This is so important because it shows this wasn't just, important community work. This was world-class, artistically excellent work that demanded a spot on the biggest stages.
All right, so let's talk legacy. What's the lasting impact of these 5 incredible founders? Well, the amazing thing is, it's a legacy that is still very much in motion, even today.
And just think about the time frame for a second. In just 12 years, from 1968 to 1980, these 5 women created this incredible network of institutions all across the country. They didn't just join the conversation, they fundamentally and permanently changed the entire landscape of American dance.
Okay, now look at this number, 261.
That's the combined years of cultural impact these 5 companies have had. Just let that sink in for a minute. Think of all the generations of dancers who got their start there, all the countless stories that have been told, the communities that have been lifted up. This one number, wow, it just speaks volumes about their vision and their incredible staying power.
So, when you try to nail down their ultimate legacy, you realize it isn't just one thing, right? They were barrier breakers, they were space creators, they were keepers of tradition, and they were master institution builders. They didn't just change the world of dance, they showed everyone how art can literally build and sustain an entire community. So yeah, in the end, that word indelible is perfect. It means it can't be erased. What they built isn't just some historical footnote, nope. It is a living, breathing legacy that continues to inspire artists and communities all over the world, right now, today.
And all of this kind of brings us to a final thought. The story of the Fabulous Five is just such a powerful reminder of what can happen when voices that have been ignored decide to build their own stage. And it leaves us with a really important question to carry with us. Whose stories are we still not hearing? And who, right now, is out there building the stages of tomorrow?